What's up, VOD watchers? It's that time again. Age of the Dragons. And new achievement. Sided with the elves. Apparently we sided with the elves. I guess since we got rid of the werewolf curse, but I think they also wanted the same thing. Weird. We set a trap. Nice. What's everybody do?
What say you?
Orions learn anything new from her grimoire?
What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? What comes, my friend? We are in camp, so 'tis as good as...
Doesn't seem like it. Hmm. 26 strength. Yeah, now you can learn all this. We got to do that before. These are probably bad. Or is he gonna set bonus? Probably is. It's also all this stuff then.
If there's
Vote on.
anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy...
I don't know when I'll ever get to use this. I don't think I will. I don't think I have the character for it. I think I missed my opportunity somehow. Which sucks. Let's pick that ring on anyone. That works.
Enchantment?
Yeah, I'll see if I can swap
Enchantment!
any of my stuff out for something better. Like that. What? 5 to 6. Oh, we can do it when we leave. I wouldn't think so. Well, if you want to. Ooh. Hmm. Oh, we already had 3. What? What? One attached? Sure, if you can. Be careful though. It's plugged into the wall. We do it later. Can we do it later then? back to it. Or try. Do we have anything new? Paralyze. Is that what I had up there? I don't think so. I wonder where that was in here, maybe. Put those there. Have a upgraded version of that. Have his expert stuff left. Yeah, that's all for that. All these people want again. Crafting materials. Oh. They're crazy. They're for war. Take all the novice runes.
You are wise to invest in the effectiveness of your followers.
Take all the journeyman runes. Take 10 sovereigns.
Very generous, Warden. If you need staff after the battle, keep us in.
Good thing I'm feeling a little rich. But they think they can take all my fucking elf fruit?
In mind.
Crazy. This. Let's see. What's on the ticket? I found 5 scrolls of banished store. Return to the mages collected for your reward. Should I read those right now? Unbound. Unbound. The writers follow after every town ever since my lucky break deciphering the story. I see it now. How they take the locals closest to me, preventing rest or kinship. I thought this a road to glory, but I am dogged at every step by his talents. Gax King. Curse his name in the day I heard it. Journal excerpt from a unnamed long dead adventurer. You ask, so I'm telling. Don't go. The stories talk of riches, but never the names, never where they supposedly spent their wealth. I heard the same tales as Aladdin Denarum. Felt the same pull, but it's a lie, son. They may paint a trail, but once you're on it, does it lead to the beast or back to you? Unsigned letter, father to son. 3 weathered parchments with 3 versions of the same incomplete story. Excerpt. And when his kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. The beast, the unbound, dormant until one of true spirit claims his throne. So must hunt the hero of his people, the principled who would search for ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribbled in the corner in a shaky hand, 3 pages, 3 ages. Same story, updated. Same as the tavern song, but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Vilmaedon. All from him. How? No, indeed. To align with the power of the Fade is but the first of many steps. Further is to align the mind to the Fade's rules and find the ties between the realm of the dream and the realm of the flesh. This is the true power of blood magic. The flesh and the mind are inseparable, and therein lies the power to influence and control minds. Below the text are indecipherable runes and stains of blood and ink. Others may speak of the sanctity of the mind to those who know the true power of the blood. This is foolishness. The mind is no more sacred than the knee, small toe, or the ear. It is man's organ of reasoning, nothing more. And true reasoning requires connection to the rhythm of the blood. The tireless pounding of life. Interrupt this, and even the mind is yours to control. Below the text is a diagram of blood magic ritual in progress, with no notation or description. Sorry about that, I tried to mute. That failed. Oh well. In the Fade dwell creatures both foul and fair, but all plague mankind with the lusts and prides incalculable in our waking hours. Our power attracts them, and for good reason. Our unique bridge between flesh and dreams is one way they can enter the realm of flesh, to begin the path to true power. Court these poor, terrible creatures and best them, force them into servitude, or pledge your heart to them. Either way, you gain immense power and the means with which to tear holes in the world. Below the text, scribbled in the margin, are arcane symbols drawn with blood. The creatures, these demons, require little in the way of bribery. Their natural state is one of longing for the world of flesh and blood. This is what you offer them. Respite from their eternal search for true life. Engage them in a battle of wills, and you will be successful. Should you fail, the power will be yours, but your body will belong to the demon. Relish this infernal power while it lasts, for once you are an abomination, your demon half will soon swallow your mind. Below is a litany of lines written in an arcane, forgotten language, indecipherable to all but the most obsessed linguists. Finally, once you have come to ascend, have tasted the sweet nectar of the demonic blessing, rise anew, ascended as a god, through the connection between earth and sky, flesh and dream, blood and memory. You have risen above the petty concerns of the Chantry and her minions, past the notice of the secular nobles and their petty squabbles. Through the rituals inscribed in these scrolls, you have mastered the minds of others, braved the temptations of the Fade, and quashed the terrible will of demons. Let no murder or theft weigh upon your mind, as your will is absolute and the world is yours to claim. Below the text are more arcane glyphs, terrible and dark in their implications. Build a map. in midair. Okay. Creatures? People got updates. Or do we? No, I guess we never read the Hollow. No creature is more revered by the Dalish than the Hollow. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Hollow keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, these stags bore elven knights into combat. But since the fall of the Dales, they are used less as mounts and more to pull the Aravels. Is that like what they live in, or whatever? Wild Sylvan. For demons crossing over into our world, mankind is not always the preferred prey. Possessing humans means risking encounters with powerful mages and Templars, as well as other complications. Some demons find it far easier to seek out animals or even plants, assuming that these will make as suitable a host as a human. Those that possess trees are known as Sylvans. Generally, only demons of rage, the weakest of the demon hierarchy, will become a Sylvan. Once they do, they must spend a great deal of time twisting and molding the host in order to make it mobile. And once they have the Sylvan is a powerful and deadly opponent. Other, more intelligent spirits have also been known to become Sylvans and are generally much less violent, but these are rare. Slow but immensely powerful, wild Sylvans prefer to lay in ambush, waiting for a victim to become lost, tired, or trapped before closing in for the kill. They hide among regular trees, nearly undetectable, until they begin to move and to reach. When they do come to life, as some travelers say, they stand tall, roots forming into legs and feet, and branches stretching out into lashing arms. When not presented with a living target, however, it has been noted that Sylvans often fall into a form of dormancy, perhaps brought on by the nature of their tree host. While mobile, they normally return to wherever they were rooted once their prey has been killed. For both these reasons, a forest that has Sylvans within can become incredibly dangerous to pass through for very long periods of time. And they're werewolf. And Dane, he stood his ground. The fanged beast approached. He saw the rage within its eyes, the wolf that once was there. The sword he raised, merciful death be praised, to the Maker went his prayer. From the popular telling of Dane and the Werewolf, a legend of Ferelden circa 450 Black. Ferelden lore is full of instances where these creatures have plagued the countryside. Wolves possessed by rage demons and transformed in humanoid monsters with incredible speed and strength, able to spread a curse to those they bit that would drive them mad with unthinking fury. When in this enraged state, the human host can likewise become possessed and be transformed into a feral wolf-like beast. Tales differ on these werewolves of human origin, some claiming that their transformation into a bestial form happens uncontrollably. Some claim the transformation is irreversible, as is often the case with demonic tales. Both versions were most likely true at some point. 1 second. I got raided into someone I was already watching. I gotta switch one up. One of my side monitors, I mean. Not my stream. Items. Archons of the Imperium. Did I get something like this? Archon of Darinius. Archon Darinius of Tevinter journeyed deep into the lightless realm of the dwarves, and there forged a covenant with Indrin Stonehammer, lord of the Dwarven Empire. As a symbol of their pact, Indrin gave the Archon a pair of rings, one that shone like the evening star, and one as luminous as the dawn, so long as the rings were united. Darinius needed fear nothing, for the friendship of the dwarves is a mighty sword and shield. The Archon wore the rings of dawn and dusk for 20 years, never removing them, and when he died, they were cut from his fingers by the Magister squabbling over his vacant throne, then separated and finally lost. I have those? I don't feel like I did. Ancient Oven Armor. Or the fall of Arlathane. Even before Arlathane itself, the civilization of the elves stretched across all of Thedas like a great indolent cat. What does that mean? This armor was made for temple guards in a time when the creator still spoke to the elves. The techniques of its forging, even the name of the metal is forged from, have long since faded from memory. Sorry, I feel like something stuck in my throat. I was trying to cough it out. To no success. Another real one. Temple guards on time of creators still spoke to elves, so technically it would seem important enough to have an item slot. But go off. Oh. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I went up to all the gods. Hear me, sons and daughters of the people. I am Sister of the Moon, Mother of Hares, Lady of the Hunt and Drool. Remember my teachings. Remember the Vir Tanadal, the way of 3 trees that I have given you. Vir Asan, the way of the arrow. Be swift and silent, strike true, do not waver, and let not your prey suffer. This is my way. Vir Borasan, the way of the bow. As the sapling bends, so must you, in yielding find resilience, and pliancy find strength. That is my way. Vir Adalan, way of the wood. Receive the gifts of the hunt with mindfulness. Respect the sacrifice of my children. Know that your passing shall nourish them in turn. That is my way. Remember the ways of the hunter, and I shall be with you. Goddess of the hunt. Earth the men, keeper of secrets. Thank God they're not all like that. Oh, this is long though. Why is this like a... What is this, a play? The twins, Falondin and Dirthamin, are the eldest children of Elgarnin, the All-Father, and Mithil, the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Falondin in one breath and Dirthamin in the next. for they cannot bear to be apart, not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Felindin and Earthmen were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. Our earth. I kind of mashed those together, but yeah. They played with animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. And then one day, while passing through the forest, Valendin and Earthman came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Valendin. "Play with us," said Earthman. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Valendin gathered her up into his arms and carried her to her rest beyond the vale. Earthman tried to follow them, but the shifting gray paths beyond the vale would not let him. Separating for the first time from Valendin, Earthman wandered aimlessly till he came across two ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade." The raven named Fear said to Earthman. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other, named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Valendin has not abandoned me," replied Earthman. He subdued the ravens and bade them carry him to Valendin. This they did, for they had been defeated and were now bound to Earthman's service. When Earthman found Valendin, he found also the deer, who once again was light on her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Valendin and Earthman rejoiced to see this. Valendin vowed that he would remain to carry all the dead to their place beyond, just as he did the deer, and Earthman stayed with him, for the twins could not bear to be apart. O Valendin, Leathenavir, friend to the dead, guide my feet, calm my soul, lead me to my rest. In ancient times, the people were ageless and eternal, and instead of dying would enter... God damn it, hold on. Okay. In ancient times, the people were ageless and eternal. And instead of dying, would enter Euthenera, the long sleep. Let's see. That's a weird word. And walk the shifting paths beyond the veil with Valendin and his brother Earthman. Those elders would learn the secrets of dreams, and some returned to the people with newfound knowledge. But we quickened and became mortal. Those of the people who passed walked with Valendin into the beyond and never returned. If they took counsel with Earthman on their passage, his wisdom was lost, for it went with them to the beyond also, and never came to the people. Then Harrow caused the gods to be... Then Harrow? No, the next one. Then Finn Harrow caused the gods to be shut away from us, and those who passed no longer had Valendin to guide them. And so we learned to lay our loved ones to rest with an oaken staff to keep them from faltering along the paths, and the cedar branch to scatter the ravens named Fear and Deceit, who were once servants of Jorthamen, now without a master. Huh. Okay. Long ago, when time itself was young, and the only thing... Elgar-non, god of vengeance, by the way. The only thing in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgar-non was born, because that's how babies are made, in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgar-non greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgar-non, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgar-non loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgar-non took in her works and grew jealous. Okay. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. Wait, what? Wait, who? The sun. I thought sun was the mother. Right. The earth had created and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from the bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all that she had wrought. The pool of tears cried for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Oh, I see. That was his father. Elgar-non was furious at what his father had done, and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgar-non's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgar-non threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the reminders of Elgar-non's battle with his father, drops of the sun's life blood which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. Those are stars, bro. Then Harel, the dread wolf. Wolf. Woof, woof. Bark, bark. There is a precious little we know about Finharel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgar-non and Mithil created the world as we know it. Anduril taught us the ways of the hunter. Selace and June gave us fire and crafting, but Finharel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Finharel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of fuck. I hate that city name. I'm gonna call it A. Before the fall of A, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a... What the fuck is that? That's not a word. I'm looking that up right now. Harren. And Elven means elder. Okay, I don't speak Elven. What is this bullshit? Just tell me it means elder. You said elder for everything else. That's crazy. There is not an elder among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldarin and Darenthal and Daenerys, for they all are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Finharel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones, for although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Finharel tricked them. our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the abyss for a time. They trusted Finharel, and they were all of them betrayed. Who speaks like that? And Finharel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Elgar'nan had defeated his father, the sun, and all was covered in darkness. Pleased with himself, Elgar'nan sought to console his mother, the earth, by replacing all that the sun had destroyed. But the earth knew that without the sun nothing could grow. She whispered to Elgar'nan this truth, and she pleaded with him to release his father. But Elgar'nan's pride was great, and his vengeance was terrible, and he refused. It was at this moment that Mythil walked out of the sea of the earth's tears and onto the land. She placed her hand on Elgar'nan's brow, and at her touch he grew calm, and he knew that his anger had led him astray. Humbled, Elgar'nan went to the place where the sun was buried and spoke to him. Elgar'nan said he would release the sun. The sun promised to be gentle and to return to the earth each night. The sun, feeling remorse at what he had done, agreed. And so the sun rose again in the sky and shone his golden light upon the earth. Elgar'nan and the Mythil, with the help of the earth and the sun, brought back to life all the wondrous things that the sun had destroyed, and they grew and thrived. And that night, when the sun had gone to sleep, Mythil gathered the glowing earth around his bed and formed it into a sphere to be placed in the sky, a pale reflection of the sun's true glory. If you say so. G'lan-Nain, mother of the Hala. They say G'lan-Nain was one of the people. In the days before Arlathan, and the chosen of Anduril, the huntress. That's the first one. Yeah. She was very beautiful, with the hair of snowy white, and as graceful as a gazelle. She kept always to Anduril's ways, and Anduril favored her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, G'lan-Nain came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. G'lan-Nain was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Anduril. G'lan-Nain demanded that the hunter make an offering to Anduril in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and G'lan-Nain called upon the goddess to curse him, so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. G'lan-Nain's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight, and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence. For what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find G'lan-Nain and repay her for what she had done to him. He found her, while she was out on the hunt with her sisters, and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told her that he had learned his lesson, and begged her to come with him. She could teach him to make a proper offering to Anduril. Moved by his plea, she followed the hunter, and when they were away from all of her sisters, the hunter turned on G'lan-Nain. He blinded her first, and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. And G'lan-Nain prayed to the gods for help. She prayed to Eldernon for vengeance, to Mother Mythil to protect her, but above all, she prayed to Andrew. Andrew sent her hares to Glanain, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her, but Glanain was still wounded and blind, and could not find her way home. So Andrew turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hala, and Glanain found her way back to her sisters, and led them to the hunter who was brought to justice. And since that day the Hala have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listen to the voice of Glanain. They got to their name so much. I turned a lot of those into her and she. Stuck in my throat. Really. You god of craft. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows, and to fashion coverings of furs and ironbark. Without June, without June, would we have the Aravel or the harnesses for our Hala? When the people were young, we wandered the forest without purpose. We drank from streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and went hungry through the winters, when all the world was covered in ice and snow. Then Selace, the hearthkeeper, came and gave us fire and taught us how to feed it with wood. June taught us to fashion bows and arrows and knives so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Selace's fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in their furs and skins, and the people were no longer cold and hungry. Selace the Hearthkeeper is seen as the sister of Andrew the Huntress. While Andrew loved to run with creatures of the wild, Selace preferred to stay by her home tree, occupying herself with the gentle arts and song. It is Selace who gave us fire and taught us how to use it. It is she who showed us how to heal with herbs and with magic, and how to ease the passage of infants into this world. And again, it is Selace who showed us how to spin the fibers of plants in a thread and rope. We owe much to her, and that is why we sing to her when we kindle the fires and when we put them out. That is why we sprinkle our Aravels with a fragrant tree moss and ask that she protect them and all within. Mr. 2. There's a lot of these. Probably should have read this first. Aravels. The Dalish who band together in small groups of blood relatives travel in ornately carved wagons known as Aravel, drawn by large white stags called Hala. The Aravel are a unique sight, beautiful in their swooping curvature and adorned with broad hoods and bright silken cloths that flap in the wind, often displaying the noble banners that once flew over the family's house. Most humans refer to the Aravel as land ships, for in a strong wind it can often appear as if the elves travel in long boats with sails high overhead to announce their arrival, or warn others away. The Hollow are unique to the elves, and any but elven handlers consider them ornery and almost impossible to train. To the Dalish, they are noble beasts superior in breeding to the horse. Certainly, most humans would agree that the Hollow are as beautiful as the elves themselves. The fact that many imperial nobles maintain a bounty on hollow horns that find their way into Deventer is an affront to the Dalish. Consider is an affront. An affront. That the Dalish consider unforgivable is, I think, what that should say. And threw me off. Then I'll blame them on that. Few among us can claim to have seen the Dalish land ships up close. Any humans who see them on the horizon does well to head the other way. Few Dalish clans take kindly to humans intruding on their camps, and more than one tale tells of trouble-making humans who found themselves mercilessly filled with Dalish arrows. Well, they do like go around enslaving them and stuff, so I think I may have missed a book. The Long Walk. When our people left Deventer, we had nothing except the knowledge that for the first time in countless centuries we were free. It was the Shartan's dream that one day we would have our own homeland, where we could live as we chose after the long struggle that claimed the lives of many, even Shartan himself. We were granted the Dales. And though the Dales were to the south of the land of Relay, and a long way off from Deventer, it mattered little. We were going home, and so we walked. We called our journey the Long Walk, for that was what it was. We walked with what little we had on our backs. Some walked without shoes, for they had none. Whole families, women and infants, the old and young alike, all of them made their way across the land on foot. And if one of our people could no longer walk, we carried him, or sometimes left him behind. Many perished along the way. Some died of exhaustion, others simply gave up and fell by the wayside. A great number was set upon by human bandits, even though we had few possessions. Along the way, a growing number began to bemoan the decision to leave Deventer. At least in Deventer, they said, we had food and water and shelter. What we have here, nothing but the open sky and the prospect of the never-ending road ahead. Some turned back toward Deventer, but most of us continued walking. And the gods rewarded those of us who did not waver by bringing us to the Dales. Our people called the new city Halamshirel, the end of the journey, and for a time it was home. The ancient elves who existed during the time of Euthenera was an act of reverence. Elves did not age. They were not immortal, but they did not suffer from deterioration of the mind or body. That sounds like immortal to me. They suffered only from a deterioration of the spirit. Oh, I guess. Should I keep writing? It did not happen often, but the oldest of the elves were said to reach a point where they became weary of life. Oh, well, that's just depressed. No, it's different. They were immortal. Memories became too much to bear, and rather than fade into complacency, they voluntarily stood aside to let newer generations guide their people. Euthenera means the long sleep, in which the elder would retire to a chamber that was once part bed and one part tomb. Too great ceremony from all the extended family. The elder would I don't know what that. The elder would succumb to a slumber from which they would not wake for centuries, and often never. In time, the body would deteriorate, and the elder would die in truth. All the while, family would continue to visit the chamber to pay respect to the one who made such a great sacrifice. With the arrival of humans and the quickening of elven blood that ensued, the practice of Euthenera began to fade. When A fell, it ceased forever. The ballast blood writing. When the children of our people come of age, they earn the privilege of wearing the Valislan, the blood riding. It sets us apart from the Shimlin and from the elves who have thrown their lot in with them. It reminds us that we will never again surrender our traditions and beliefs. The ritual deserves great reverence. The one who is to gain the Valislan must prepare by meditating on the gods and the ways of our people, and by purifying the body and the skin. When the time comes, the keeper of the clan applies the blood writing. This is done in complete silence. Cries of pain are signs of weakness. If one cannot tolerate the pain of blood writing, they are not ready to undertake the responsibilities of an adult. My lips are so dry. No amount of water or liquids is helping me out. The keeper may stop the ritual if they decide that the one gaining the Valislan is not ready. There's no shame in this, for all children are different, and our ancestors took centuries to come of age. Yada yada. Part 1. I missed a lot over here. I have to see like it's anywhere to get all this. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal, and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber, but this was not death, for we knew No, that should say new. We're talking past tense right now. For we knew they wandered the fate in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the land Elvenham, which in the old language means place of our people, and at the center of the world stood the great city of A, place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up with the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside and lush forests and ancient trees were changing. Was law. The humans first arrived from Parvalon to the north, called Shimlin or Quicklings by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human disease, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvenham off from the humans for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. And it did. Ooh, Legend of the Juggernaut. The arm of the Imperium is long. Once it reached even this forest, in a time when the barbarian tribes of the Clane still ruled the land, the Tevinter Magisters fought to take it from them, inch by inch, if need be, using terrible magic. The Magister Harach, or Herak, I don't know, brought an army into this forest, led by Elric, his friend and general. For Elric, Harach fashioned a suit of the finest armor, infused it with lyrium and his own blood magic, and named it Juggernaut, after the unstoppable giant golems guarding the gates of Minrathos. Thus armed did Alaric win many victories against Clane. When defeat came, it came from within. Alaric's own lieutenants rose up against him, jealous of the favor he had curried with the Magisters, and eager to take the Juggernaut armor from him. Alaric was slain, and as each successor gained the armor, the other lieutenants turned against him instead. The Tevinter outpost fell to vicious infighting in a fury. Magister Harach voyaged to the outpost and slew the last 3 lieutenants. The Clane, however, were already approaching the outpost in force. The barbarian chieftain of the Clane desired the fabled armor himself, and even with all his power, Harach could not hope to stand against them all. Instead, Harach used the last of his own life force to cast a spell of blood magic that bound demons to the bodies of the 3 dead lieutenants, as well as Harach's own lifeless corpse. These bound remnants hid the pieces of the Juggernaut armor, and although the barbarians sacked the outpost, the chieftain found neither the armor nor the remnants. The Juggernaut's armor legend lives on, and more than one brave soul has ventured into the depths of the Brazilian forest in search to never return. Until I come along. And I do. Keeper Zathrian. Even with all our magic and skill, we only delay the inevitable. It is said the elves lived in Ferelden long before any others set foot there, and though most of their knowledge has been lost, it falls to the keeper of each clan to preserve what they have. Zathrian is an old, severe elf with little love for outsiders, but his clan is facing a more trying enemy than most. Long ago, in retribution for an attack against his clan, he unleashed a terrible curse. He summoned a spirit into this world and set it upon the humans who had wronged him. The spirit did not simply slaughter Zathrian's enemies, it transformed them into monstrous beasts. In time, however, the werewolves he had created regained their minds, and they sought out the one responsible for their suffering, turning the curse upon Zathrian's own people. At the urging of the Lady of the Forest, Thotkus persuaded Zathrian to give up his own life, returning the werewolves to their human forms and saving the elves who had been inflicted with the curse. Witherfang is, according to Keeper Zathrian, a wolf. He is no ordinary wolf, however. He is a wolf possessed by the powerful spirit and the source of the werewolf curse that plagues the Brazilian forest. While Witherfang is hundreds of years old and very powerful in his own right, the only way to end his curse is to cut out his heart and bring it to Zathrian. However, actually, it appears that Witherfang has 2 sides, as nature does. One is the wolf, savage and male, but the other is the Lady of the Forest, gentle and female. Witherfang is both beast and beauty, terrible and peace-loving. The lady has guided the werewolves of the Brazilian forest to come to peace with their nature, as she has. Oh, so we never saw Witherfang. Wolf has created a moth. Good job, Goober. It looks good. Tale of Elorin. In the days after the rising of Zazakel, the Dark Ones covered every corner of the land. The Archdemon drove all the nations of the world before him, Shimlin and Elven alike. And far north, where the hills wander the plains, and the earth is eternally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shimlin call Anderfels, the clan of our people lived, struggling to survive the blight. Aloran was their keeper, a hunter in his younger days, crafty as any wolf. He led his people always just ahead of the darkspawn who chased them. But the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot run forever. They must turn and fight or be run down. At the foot of the Merdane, the darkspawn cornered Aloran's clan. That night the moon was strangled by the clouds, the earth concealed by a dread mist that rose out of nowhere, so that the Elven could not tell up from down. In the confusions the darkspawn attacked, but Aloran had prepared for them. All around the camp the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush, and brambles. When the sound of rustling footfalls began, Aloran and the other Harren called upon the local magic. They struck out with lightning, and though the bolts missed and the darkspawn, it's so hard to read. Okay, right. At the foot, God. At the foot of the Merdane, the darkspawn cornered Aloran's clan that night. No, I already read that. But Aloran had prepared for the... I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Baby, I'm gonna kill myself. Why can't I fucking read? But Aloran had prepared for them. All around the camp, the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush, and brambles when the sound of rustling footfalls began. Aloran and the other Harren called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and through their bolts missed the dark spawn. They hit their target all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Lauren's clan. That was not hard, but my mouth could not fucking do it. More water. Okay. I'm not reading that. They can fuck off. I don't read all that poorly just to get to this. It's not even in English. I don't know how any of that's pronounced. Hmm. Ah, don't love letters. Finding the fourth corpse walker. You deny or dead their rest, and so you shall be. So you so you also will be hounded. Fuck. Let the strength of our union bind you by your true name. Wamitha Kagat, revenant in perversion of an honored father. Though no spirit cage will undo what was suffered, in dress they hold you demon and bind your rage for eternity. There's another one in there somewhere. I was there to defeat it last time. No, the game sound fucking died. Seems like that was quick. Oh, it was probably because my headset's turned off actually. For some reason that will kill the game sound too. I've read everything. Rules of Benestar. I didn't activate the rest of this site. did that last one. Saying them out here. Trying to put it on that. Two different people. Some of the papers, but it- Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Hmm.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Alright. Go back to the Dales real quick. I think we're still there.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Apparently we weren't. Oh wait, I think I... Hold on.
And I'm off.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, we already...
I understand we will be joining you in battle as soon as the hunters have recovered. I look forward.
Hmm.
We are making arrangements to build equipment and gather as many of the Dalish together as we can.
Messenger?
I have been charged by the Keeper to seek out other Dalish clans in Ferelden, so we may spread the word about the Blight.
What are your chances of finding other clans?
We passed another clan several months ago, so I have a notion of where they might be now. Perhaps they have seen others. We shall see.
Oh, well, the Dalish raise an army this way. I'll just ask
We do not
because-
have an army. A single clan, however, is a deadly force. If we can provide the Grey Wardens with even a handful of clans, you will want for no army.
Makes sense. You don't know for sure where the other Dalish are?
The clans wander where they will, and we have no way of communicating with each other. Once every 10 years, the clans come together for a gathering called Arlathvin. And there, the site for the next gathering is chosen. But until that day, we meet only in chance passing.
You do
Dareth
it.
Shiral, fare you well.
You disappeared?
Poor Zathrian, to have died after all his long centuries of life. He will
Poor
be missed.
Zathrian, to have
The dark
died
spawn
after
are
all
almost
his long
upon Lothringen
centuries
when we
of
left.
life. He will be missed.
I wonder if there will be anything left to go back to.
Going. Allow me to say Masiranus once again for your assistance. It was marvelous how you managed. Never have expected.
You were the Grey Warden who broke the curse. I demand to know what happened to the werewolves. Where did they go?
They're no longer werewolves. The curse was broken.
That makes no difference. Those monsters killed my husband. They killed so many of my people. They have Dalish blood on their hands. If they are human
some of
once
them were
more,
you.
that shall make it all the easier to take vengeance for their crimes. Tell me where they are.
Athrun wanted vengeance too. Look what it did.
It destroyed him. Yes, perhaps you speak wisely. If they are gone and never return here, then perhaps it is better to let it simply end there. We will go back to the camp then. Thank you for your words. Please accept this small token of my gratitude. It belonged to my husband, and I cannot carry it any longer.
Like it. Silver leaf, +1 cunning. Why not? Alright. They teleported me to the middle of the place. Oddly. Place. For that elf and Niran. Near in that way. Grand Oak. Go talk to Grand Oak again. The fact that his name is still orange, though, is crazy. Check down this way first, though. Landmark tree. For gourd, I gotta bring the dog down here.
Greetings to thee once again. Thou hast not yet left the forest, then?
He's a rap star. Rap god. If I had remembered, I would have brought the dog. But I did not remember. I forgot, actually. Because actually forgot and occurred. Maybe these hollow want to talk to me. Nope. East Hollow. But I spied a third group over here. Crazy. Talk to that crazy guy.
Oh, you've done it now. You've surely done it now.
I'll peek my head in here. Seems like he's here though.
Huh.
Oh, we got stairs. And I'm already down here. Yeah. Save me some time. The other ones. The other ones on that vehicle.
As you
Would be
wish.
smart to go ahead and do.
So be it.
It shall be as you say.
Let's go. Hmm. Go to here real quick. What's this? Okay, then. You've seen this guy before?
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Times have changed in Orzammar, but let's see that discount. Doesn't have nothing for me. Look at the totals.
Now let's see which one first.
All right.
Should do.
Who's forced our hand?
Lyrian pot.
Go ahead.
Good to go.
Resisted.
Ruling and save some dignity.
And I'm up.
The enemy draws blood. Direct me.
Here I am.
What is your wish, Kadan? Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Yes.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Break skin. For damage. Put in there.
Never.
Oh, this is dark spawn.
Good to go.
That's crazy.
Cross me and you shall pay.
Stunned.
Yes.
Scouts are fucked.
So be it.
This should be fun.
Damn it. That's fucked. Probably will move. Wait a second later.
So be it. I shall do it.
It's your time to die.
Your word.
Wait for me.
It looks like two of the Elven Scouts lived.
It's done.
Direct me. Yes.
Oh, the Shriek's still alive. They did not live.
Yes.
What a kicker.
You need me? Yes, of course.
I'll find some money. Stop by the Magus Collector.
Take this. You've earned it.
Google. What's up for? Both of them. Unbound. Something is working behind the scenes in Ferelden. The notes you have gathered, acquired from the dead, or terrified adventurers point to an ancient evil, or at least an ancient man telling stories of ancient evil. You have cause to speak with Vilm Maidon, who lives somewhere in Daenerys. So I'm gonna stop there.
Thanks for the help you've given. Unfortunately, I have more headaches.
Go here. Bartender first.
What can I get you, stranger?
Just a favor for one of your interested parties. 4 gold.
What can I get you, stranger?
Need help? False witness. D has need for assistance. There are those who seek to impugn, maybe, upon my good reputation. Certain aspects of business may have required unpalatable acts, but these former associates were just as much a part of them as I was. Their supposed redemptions reek of opportunity, not conscience. These loose tongues need heads to match. I need someone who is free to travel and knows what to do when treasures are found. The reward will be appropriately handsome. Okay. Keep an eye out for the 3 false witnesses accusing D. Skinny Frank has a safe house near Lake Callahan. Cam of Redside routinely does in stores in Denerim. I don't know what that means. And Brian, lowly Brian, who's seeking sanctuary with the dwarves of Orzammar. We did have to go back there.
What can I get you, stranger?
Pretty
There's been
much.
another battle. A bunch of Benorn at Logain at Lacus Valley. And from the sound of it, the Benorn outnumbered them. Tyr Logain is a force to be reckoned with, though. Just ask the old legions. I hear the Benorn were routed. It's a convincing victory for the throne. I wonder if that will settle the issue now. But somehow I have my doubts. Anything else you need?
Anything
Of
else?
all the strange news, everyone is talking about some brother in Denerim claiming that the urn of sacred ashes has been found. I understand the Chantry is a bit skeptical and probably won't get a chance to deal with the brother's claim until after the war is ended. But it's incredible. Anything else you need? There's wonderful news. Oral Eamon has been cured of his strange illness. And not only is he better, but he's also called the nobility to Denerim to settle the succession. Seems he's found some unknown son of Merrick's, of all things, and he says he should be the rightful king. I just hope they finally get to fighting the Darkspawn. Anything else you need? The dwarves have themselves a new king, I understand. One chosen by a Grey Warden, too, if you can believe it. A lot of people are hoping this means they will help us fight the Darkspawn now. Anything else you need? The Benorn are on the run now, and there's no way that they can force Tyrn Logain to resign the throne. But how the Tyrn is going to raise a proper army now is anyone's guess. Anything else you need? There are soldiers throughout the valley now, and Tyrn Logain arrested 3 bands. But I hear there's common folk rioting throughout the kingdom. No one will accept the Tyrn as the regent now. Can you imagine that?
Something.
A month ago he was a hero, and now I'm beginning to wonder if the rumors about him are true. Anything else you need? I've heard some strange word out of the Brazilian forest that Dalish elves are being called together to form some kind of army. And it's to help us, not attack us. Doesn't that beat all? When I heard that, I thought for sure we were done for. Anything else you need? The blight sickness brought by the Darkspawn is spreading faster than anyone thought. Several sources say that it's even here in Denerim. From what I hear, there's an outbreak in the elven alienage in the city. Others tell me that's not true. Still, it's a frightening thought. Anything else you need? I don't know what to tell you.
If I could have a moment. You've been busy traveling all over, and such tragic news you keep bringing. I was wondering if you'd check up on one more person. I'm sure you'll find this scroll quite interesting.
This mission. The ransom. The last roll indicates that some of Arl Howe's special hand-picked men are awaiting a ransom to free a kidnapped boy. The Crows are setting them up by sending disguised assassins to the meeting, but will need backup to take out all the Arl's elite soldiers, especially their leader, Captain Chase. The location is marked on your Denerim map. Waiting a ransom? Arl Howe is the enemy? Gotcha. You ever give me extra
Good luck
info?
with that.
Nope.
And I'm off.
In a TV's house. Can you,
My own expedition, my own team. I can't wait to get going.
Did you read this? Everything?
No, I haven't. Having been there, some cryptic passages are finally...
Thought you would be able to read that. You weren't. Maybe I've already tried that.
Huh.
The alienage is closed.
It's always closed.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
Good to see you again.
As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false
What's that? It's some drop location. Oh, it's right here in the city. I suppose we'll deal with that. Maybe we will run into that revenant again. To or fro. Not two, it seems. That keeps fucking with me. Look at Crow. Because this is my trial. Deal was no one else. Attack. What? Yeah. That alarm set for 5. Give it a 5. Okay. Seems like it gets them all right there. Or most of them. Most, if not all. Good enough for me. Just flying all up in my screen.
do?
Go beat them up. 2. Captain Chase. Oh, that's the big bad. He's not even orange name tag. It's a piece of cake.
Yes, wipe them out quickly!
Just find him. Stop.
Let's make this quick!
Has he not been able to attack yet? Stan was dying. Probably eat one of these like a candy bar.
Going.
Actually, first do that.
I am ready.
Yeah, now do that. Worked out better. Why'd they stop? The battle is not over. The fuck?
An order. Poor bastard. Yes. So be it.
Full health level up. Too easy. Those are actually paid well, huh? What's that?
Huh.
Oh, why's the game so laggy? Phylactery? What's up?
We're done here. Go back to your contact, quickly.
Quickly, he says. To the bar. Return that one. Probably get a new one.
Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from
Oh wait. That was this dude's. Red Jenny Seekers.
I heard there was quite a scuffle in the alleyways. Well done, Warden.
never intended to rescue the kid, did
You'd
you?
be wrong. Our contract had two important jobs. One was to kill the boy's kidnapper, Captain Chase. The other was his rescue. You took care of Chase. And some friends have already returned the boy safely to his father.
Why didn't you tell me?
We are told only what we need to know. That's an assassin's life. All you needed to know was your target. Any more information you got was really a bonus.
Well, give me more. What's the name of the trap?
That I can't say. But in time, I think you'll find out. Crows are hired for their discretion, as well as for their performance.
Should be Earl Eamon's kid. I forget his name. Are we done here?
I've nothing more for you. I hope you found the contents of the chest satisfying. My
Not really.
superiors want me to convey their thanks. The Crows aren't accepting any new contracts on you. And when this blight ends, we'd love you to visit Antiva to discuss other opportunities.
You willing to talk straight with me now?
I did what I had to do, but there's no more need for word games.
Business is
Just
done here.
remember our offer. We could really use someone with your talents. It's time for me to take a vacation. Caesar has a special stock of wares that might interest you. It was a pleasure working with you, Warden. Luck be to you.
Is there?
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Is there?
You're back. You need something?
Special stock.
Oh, yes, yes. Look over here.
The poison. Whoa. Surely that's better than something. I don't want that. Oh my god. My boy kitten smells terrible. He smells awful. He's on my lap, he just crawled into it. Smells like fucking, I don't know, worse than a sink. Don't need that or that. Stench of blood and death drives the berserker into a willing fury, providing a bonus to damage. Rage incurs a penalty to stamina regeneration, however, which constraint reduces the third ability. Resilience adds a bonus to health regeneration in this mode. The next one. No. What is he doing?
As you wish.
Stay berserked.
Dwarven crafts. Fine. You do your father proud, my lady. Of course.
Actually, this might be better for win. If not, I wasted money. Because it looked really good when I had better stuff already. Oh, that's not good. Thank God.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Indeed.
I think we needed to stop by Lake Calenhat again. What's this?
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the tyke as our own.
What? Meteor metal ore. This hunk of rock fell from the sky, perhaps the last remnant of another world far off in the sky. If you could find a smith with the skill to temper it. Talk to every smith I know, probably dwarven.
I'll do it.
Kraken's Peak. Kraken's Peak. Skinny Frank. I think that's the guy. Wait. Deliver Kay's bags of deserved payments to his dead drop locations. One in Daenerys Market, I think I already did that. One in Redcliffe. One outside Orzammar, and one at the Spoiled Princess Inn. Oh, weird. Two different things. Skinny Frank. You, Skinny
They're from the
Frank.
guild! I know that's the one they hired! Stop them!
Get away.
Finish it.
Operations. Let me restart that.
Let's end this!
Yes.
I am your death!
Direct me!
You will learn to...
Dude, you lost. Give it up.
So be it.
And it's yes!
As you wish.
Couldn't even afford to pay them. Dead drop. You place the deserved payment in the dead drop, as Kay instructed.
So be...
Back Mountains. Looking for someone else out here.
So I spoke to this hunter the other day, and you know what he says?
Brian?
This about the guild? I swear, I didn't tell them anything. I just took the sovereigns.
Buddy.
Away.
Should have took the sovereigns. I didn't even see any sovereigns. Also you, Dagna.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
He accepted you for study.
Ancestors, bless you! I can't believe it! There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century! I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Mages need every ally they can get.
Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
You again. Here to buy something, or were you just thinking of wrecking another part of my shop? Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
You should know she left for the Circle Tower.
What? Do you even know what you've done? She's castless now. She can never marry, never work, and never be a part of this family again.
Why the fuss? I am sure the Circle Tower is full of parental figures just waiting to tell her what is best.
My daughter is dead to me now. Leave my store. You're not welcome here.
Nah, you pussy.
Get out of here. You're bad luck, you are.
Where's that dead drop? Wait, it's outside of Orzammar? Lowly Brian seeking sanctuary with the dwarves. Didn't look like he got it. The dead drop is the one outside of Orzammar? See it.
All right.
This is technically
So deep in
Orzammar.
thought, my dear Sten. Thinking of me, perhaps.
some pity
The
for
two
a
of us
poor
together
old
at last.
Yes.
Other. Oh, I was. Place of deserved payment. The other ones? Redcliffe. I'm not going there yet.
Yes.
Although the route is more treacherous than Garland's Pass to the north, Soldier's Pass can shave more than 2 days' travel off the journey to Orlais. I don't want to go to Orlais yet. Go to Soldier's Peak. The Grey Warden DLC portion.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels.
He's impressive, that's for certain.
It's just teeming with history. Can't you feel it? So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Some people call this place the Lost Peak. Before King Merrick's decree, the last Grey Wardens of Ferelden lived here. I just got chills.
It's this way. Can't go that way. Statue.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice, then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
What the hell?
Was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I've heard an Orlesian ballad about something like this. A beauty trapped in a dream. In the song, Belisa never wakes up.
Your prissy friend here is making me nervous, Warden. How's this even possible? The place must truly be haunted.
The world is full of mysteries.
Yes, Warden.
Aaron Logan is here.
More of these? Well, alright then.
What do you mean? My first time seeing them.
Alright.
Going.
Go mad, go crazy.
Quickly, shall we? Let us end
Nice.
We defeated.
Skeleton.
Order.
Natara.
So be it.
Here! Where do I go? Oh, you want to die?
Weird. But there's more.
One never expects creatures like those, really.
Where? Oh.
And I'm off. Oh ho!
I see.
Speak.
Surely you're joking!
I am ready.
Ready!
Redone here. Done some zombies.
Huh.
Ancient history. History of Soldiers Peak Chapter 1. Quest. Help Levy clear his family name. That's what we're doing, by the way. And learn more about the history of Soldiers Peak. The last warring commander for Eldon was Sophia Dryden. Levy wanted to learn more about her life and hopes to find proof that she brought honor to her family instead of disgrace. Spring.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up! I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
Can't believe the king attacked the Grey Wardens.
Everyone knows they were banished, but to murder them like that... King Arlen must have been a monster, but I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
Statement of Defiance. This poster reads, "On the grounds, virtuous men stood against a tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died." It is signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by the King Arlen's forces. Read the names of the fallen. Captain Mello, the Black Ferret, Chair Thrower Lopez, Sir Derek of Verlay, and Jason Longbow. Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Dustin the Colorblind, Ebinger of Bovine Brethren, Farrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Untiring, and Jason Sans les Argonauts. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dog Smeadows, Matthias the Bloody, McGurk the Vile Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, the Stretched, and Pack Rat Dirksen. Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitriolic Eric, Weak Eye Santos, and Wellburn the Exhaustive Fire. Amazing. I think makes sense. Second. Whoa. Not an arcane horror.
And I'm off.
Speak. It shall be as you say.
Go ahead.
Understand why he didn't attack.
I go.
Another basilisk.
Orders.
Begin the onslaught.
Note. Letter from Ban, Matthew, and Wolf. These. A gold and an updated codex. Yeah, this dude's just fucking cowering the whole time.
I shall do it.
I tried to be merciful. Make it breath.
Another note. Message from Soldier's Peak. Complete from the commander.
Huh.
Commander Athlar.
Going.
Okay, I'm going to level up real quick and then either pause stream or end stream. Haven't decided yet. Maybe I don't want to yet. Maybe I'll save it. Yeah, here in a second. Yeah, I'm just going to end stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, didn't get much done, but we started the DLC finally. Woo. Bye bye.